feel protected when you the tank. Like, I can take these hits, and you feel good out there. I don't want to be a support role, man. I think I'm about done with DPS and going to be support role. I might suck at that first, but whatever. But you're getting a lot out of this video. You're getting knowledge from somebody who played with the power for a long time. He's giving you action. He's showing you what to do. Like, when somebody's showing you they loadout, they're not telling you to use your weapon like he's doing right there. He only can show you that in action. Nobody tells you that. They don't show you that in a tank loadout. You're using the weapon.
Could have died. Never leave me alone again.
Blocking. Right? He's trying to break the balls. He's trying to knock the balls down, knockbacks, all that good stuff. This is great. I'm gonna end the video
You've had
here.
to kill people before, haven't you?
I'm gonna talk a little bit while it's playing in the background.
We do what we must to survive.
Eugene,
Animals I get.
great job.
They're food.
Great
Draugr,
job.
they're supposed to be.
Right now for loadouts, you're the tank
People.
guy. You're the
They're
tank
trying
guy.
to survive too.
I need you to make another video updated, even if it's the same loadout. Just come back and drop another video with rage or whatever power you are. Hopefully you still playing. Drop another video, man, because your loadouts, the way you do it, I love it. You went straight to the action, explaining your powers at the same time. That's what I want. I don't feel like I'm asking too much for that. Great job, man.
Has this
Great
been here all this
job.
time?
Best tank that I know. Best loadout tank that I know.
Why don't you
Until
help me
somebody
up
can prove me wrong.
there? Can get a better look.
If you feel like your tank loadout is better, send me a video. Send me a video. I'll review it. I'll give you your props. I'll give you flowers while you're here. I will give you all of that. But if it's weak, if it's lacking, just like my man Gene said, if it's lacking, then I'm gonna point that out, that your loadout is lacking. Not a problem, just go fix it. And with that being said, it's your boy Pen Thoughts, and I am impressed. Yeah.
Okay.
Over
Nowhere
there.
to go from here.
It's a task manager.
Except across this
It's a
bridge.
project manager. It's Asana, your work manager. Bring together everything your team needs to get work done in one place. Visit asana.com to try for free.
So we just got a whole bunch of infos about the future development updates for DC Universe Online. Let's talk about it. Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. So if you go to the forums, you will see that there is a thread where they're talking about what's coming up for DC Universe Online in the near future. I guess I should probably emphasize that plans can always change. This is what they're planning right now for DC Universe Online. Could happen that some unforeseen event changes those plans. It happens. There's this great line in The Flash from Leonard Snart, like you make the plan, you execute the plan goes wrong, you throw away the plan, and then you improvise, get things done. Sadly, it happens more often than you would think. So it's nice to be able to plan ahead. Sadly, plans don't usually work out. And when you make a plan, in theory, the plan seems to work. When you apply the plan in practice, it doesn't always work. So let's take a look at some of the news. I guess the biggest news from that, for at least a lot of you guys, is that all the episodes will be free for all players. You already mentioned before the next major release. We'll see that a bit later. There's a bit of a graph showing a whole bunch of coming stuff. So I guess they were pretty happy with how the open episode worked. They decided to make the Flashpoint episodes free. And I guess they're happy with also the result from that. So they've decided to make all the episodes free for everyone. So already we had the World of Flashpoint episode that was free. We had the open episodes. But now it will be pretty much an ongoing thing for everyone. Also, they mentioned that membership will see a substantial update. At this point, we have no idea what they mean. Will we get access to more content? Will we get more loyalty points every month?
How are you gonna get across
There's no
now?
way to know for sure. But basically what he says here is that part of this update to membership will directly address replacing members' access to all episodes benefit and then some. Like basically, one of the benefits of being a member is that you have access to all the episodes. If they gave the episodes for free to everyone, obviously it kind of lessens the value of the membership. So they are supposed to address that. I guess we'll have to wait and see for that. But you see, we want membership to be a great value that is worth more than it costs, but that also doesn't feel required to engage.
Good idea.
We have many ideas, and we have been reading yours too. Now's the time to speak up if you haven't already. So if you go to the forums, there is a thread specifically for people suggesting ideas for the membership, for whatever improvement they could add to
Mother
the
said
membership.
Odin's disciples filled them with gifts and
Obviously,
hanged them
they're
where
not
thieves
going to
can't
listen
reach
to
them.
everyone, and
That one
you
looked
may
really
make a
old.
suggestion that they decide
What
not
is?
to use. But if you want to be
Thing
able to
God?
have a say in what's going to
Gods care
happen,
nothing
the
for
time
them.
is now.
Men
Go to that
should not
thread
pray
right
to
now,
monsters.
give out your suggestions, and if you're lucky, they might use some of your suggestions. If not, at least you'll have given your opinion. And then after that, he talks a bit about what happened between January and April. So he's
Father,
talking about the Anti-Monitor
will we see
event,
others on
which
the
was
road?
a pretty big
Yes.
event this year. They
Friendly?
added a pretty awesome looking
They'll
raid
try and rob us?
that I'm sure a lot of you
Possibly.
guys enjoyed. I know that Nix and I, when we
Yes.
played those missions, we had a lot of fun playing those. So the raid was a pretty big one and a pretty substantial one, so it was much appreciated. And then he mentions survival mode. Suddenly, something that came out of survival mode is that apparently there's a lot of cheater pumpkin eaters. They were pretty unhappy about that, and he mentions that they too are frustrated whenever they see people cheating. Hopefully, they might be able to take some steps against that in the future. At this point, I have to admit, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see for that. And then he talks a bit about the World of Flashpoint DLC. So again, they gave us the episode for free. They give the episode for free to everyone. And it was loosely inspired by the Flashpoint storyline. Obviously, they did not do an exact adaptation or an exact translation of the storyline, but they did include some Flashpoint-like element into it. And also, he talks a bit about some of the styles we got in the game in the past few months. The Flash and Zoom style we got for the anniversary event, that was much appreciated. The various gifts we got, the
this time,
seasonals, the
There's
survival
been a protection
mode,
stave around our entire woods.
the accessories, and the Flashpoint
stave's
Batman
broken
inspired
there.
style and the Raven style. And for Flashpoint Batman,
Did you
they
cut
did a
those
really
down?
good job with the style overall. Yeah, the emblem is a
She
bit
had
small on
marked
the
the
emblem
tree she
on the
misused for
chest
her pyre.
piece, but that's a minor nitpick. Overall, I see a lot of people
Why'd you
using
do
that
that?
style. People seems to enjoy that style. Obviously, Batman is a popular character, and the Flashpoint Batman did pretty much strike a chord with a lot of people. So having the Flashpoint Batman style in the game does open up a
No
whole
looking
bunch of
back
other
now.
possibilities, especially for people who... There's a lot of people who want to recreate our friend Batman to play DC vs. Online, and now the Flashpoint Batman style gives us some extra options to be able to create a pretty cool looking Flashpoint Batman character. Personally, I really enjoy the cape. The cape and the headpiece were pretty much a highlight in my book, and I see the cape being used by a lot of people. The way it covers the shoulders, and it was a nice cape to use. And they are mentioning that they are
So,
working on their next release
long will it
after
take to
World of
get to the mountain?
Flashpoint,
I do
but they're
not
not giving
know.
any details about that.
Before
they're
winter
mentioning
falls?
that the various
I
teams
do
are
not
working
know.
towards
Okay,
that.
okay.
But there was some engineering that began a major client and server performance task to make
Wait for my
how we
mark.
handle text strings more efficient. I assume that might be why we got those huge
we going to
downtime
attack?
not too long ago. They're probably in the process of reworking the whole infrastructure. I guess we'll have to
What are
see in
we
the long
waiting
term if it's an improvement or not. Although it may not seem like an improvement on our end, but maybe it'll make work easier for the devs. We have no idea. But what they're trying to do is improve performance. But he does admit that it temporarily broke the renowned tab on the live stream. Engineers are very sorry about it. Sadly, it's something that's been happening this year for pretty much forever. Sometimes when they try to fix one thing, they end up breaking something else. It's sad, but it happens. He talks a bit about April and June, where we'll get the spring seasonal, which will start May 3rd. Then we'll get the summer seasonal, so we'll get the whole seasonal. Essentially, the launch of the capsule, and we'll take a look at that. Of course, there's still World of Flashpoint going on, and the various bonus weeks. I mentioned that they like the bonus week, we like the bonus week. So, from what he's saying, there's no reason to stop having bonus weeks at this point. And then in next 2 months, they will continue to work on the next release, roughly this summer, and begin the most preliminary work on the release after that. So for whatever will come out roughly this fall. They'll obviously continue to work on the membership update and making episodes free for everyone. And also we had the community style initiative not too long ago where people could vote for style they had. And no real surprise here. The winner is Blue, and Jamie Williams. Personally, I'm a bit sad. I wish we had the 10-4 needle in the game. Although at this point, we recruited pretty good. So apparently Asriel second, losing by about 2%. I'm a bit surprised. Asriel was had a big following. I didn't realize it was that big. So I guess our four saw let's have a minute of silence for Post. Okay, that's it. So after that, they're mentioning their bonus week, extra reward, Flashpoint, and they're beginning to work on the booster bundle 14 and the capsule.
Keep the pressure on! More enemy!
So we do know that we will get a booster bundle at some point, and obviously their plan to I know that a lot of you guys don't like it. Booster bundle, I almost understand. I remember the first my main reason for the bundle is that if you're lucky, it can be very expensive. If you're unlucky, If you get unlucky with the capsule, it costs you $1 to take the capsule. So even if you get lucky, 1 to 10 capsule, it costs you $10, and then afterwards you might get $10. If you get unlucky with booster bundle, it's usually $10. So if you get unlucky and you purchase 5, 6, 10 booster bundle, and you get really unlucky, you spent $100 and did not really get what you wanted. So I much prefer the time capsule because of that. If you get a bad streak of luck with time capsule, you wasted maybe $10. If you get a bad streak of bad luck with booster bundles, holy crap, it could have been expensive. Which is why I often tell people that if you want a very specific item, don't open a whole bunch of time capsule or even booster bundles. Just buy it from the broker. I understand that in some cases those items can be very expensive on the broker, but you make a choice. Either you spend $100, $200 opening booster bundle, hoping to get the rare items, or you play the broker and spend 100 million, 200 million to purchase the same item.
You can read the writing.
You decide.
Some. Just the language his mother knew.
And also,
But
they're
all
mentioning
sort of
that they're
connected,
trying
so
to improve
sometimes I can feel my way through stuff I shouldn't know.
which
Yeah.
is sadly, like you can see, including work to address why performance degrades over time. It's something that's been happening in DC Universe Online for pretty much forever. It was more noticeable on PS3 for quite a while. But the more they've added new content to DC Universe Online, the more the game was a bit unstable. There's a point where, around the time of Origin Crisis or Son of Trigon, the game was barely playable on PS3 already, and some people played on PS3 like 2 years after that. I must admit at some point I upgraded my PC, and I had a pretty powerful PC at the time, so the performance was greatly improved when I played on PC. And then when I upgraded my PS3 to PS4, again the difference from the PS4 was quite noticeable. And sadly, as time went by, the more they added new content to DC Universe Online, the more the game started being unstable, even on PS4.
Space your shots.
It's sad, but it
Speed
happens.
costs accuracy.
And at this point, for some time now, we've been seeing issues on PS4 that we hadn't seen
Hey,
since
I think
all
there's
the
a
way
chest
back
over
when we
there.
used to play on PS3. Like lately, I've been sometimes falling through the floor, which is something that would happen to me eons ago, but now it started happening even on PS4. At this point, PS4 is starting to be about as stable as the game was on PS3, more or less when the game launched. So seeing how they're going to try to enhance the performance and hopefully maybe stops it from degrading over time, that would be a good thing. And some of you guys have been asking when they would work on the next gen upgrade. You can see here he mentions that our plans for PlayStation 5 native client as we continue towards, and he's mentioning that it's not just going to be like PS4 backward compatible. They are planning to launch this on a next gen platform. So we should expect a PlayStation 5 upgrade at some point. So when will we get that PlayStation 5 upgrade? At this point, we don't really know. Here they're mentioning next MCU July in the future. So again, they're planning their next 2 releases, and also they're planning to introduce a major new feature. That's pretty much all they're mentioning. So your guess at this point is as good as mine. I have no idea what new major feature they might be talking about. They're talking about rolling out that membership update, the free episodes. Obviously, they will bring back the fall seasonal in October. They'll bring back the winter seasonal in December. And they will follow through on the community style initiative. So we should get the new Blue Beetle style by the end of the year, I suppose. So here we have a little graph that pretty much illustrates what we've been talking about. So for the quarter 2 of 2021, we've got the World of Flashpoint, we have the spring event, we have the summer event, and we will get the time capsule.
There's the mountain.
For the third quarter of 2021, we will get the membership update, we will get the free episodes, we will get the unannounced feature that they just teased in this announcement. And there will be some content launch, so I assume the next
Father, help!
Hang on!
if I was to hazard a guess, I would guesstimate that the next
Stay
DLC
calm.
will launch
Almost there.
August, maybe early September. We'll have to wait and see for that. Because if we look at the fourth quarter of you can see that there's another content. So my guess will be that we'll get maybe another DLC,
Slow
let's say end
down.
of August,
Your
and probably
haste
the
will
next
cost us.
DLC after that, maybe in November.
Sorry.
We will get in the fourth quarter. We will get the community style, Blue Beetle style that people just
More
voted
Draugr.
for,
But these aren't
and
moving.
we will also get
Are they
the
dead?
fall event
I
and
mean,
the winter event.
More dead?
And of course, for the upgrade on the PlayStation 5, as you can see,
Not
it is
dead,
just
not
mentioned
dead!
sometimes in the future. Seeing how they don't mention it before the fourth quarter of 2021, odds are if we do get a PlayStation 5 client, it'll be sometimes in 2022, maybe even further than that.
Remember, accuracy over speed.
There was this video where they mentioned basically some bigger changes. It'll take a long time to be able to. This was a pretty big and again, these are the plans. Obviously, things could go wrong. But at least I hope it answers at least some of the questions that you guys have. Obviously, like you guys were asking about the PlayStation 5 upgrade, the next gen upgrade, and we know that they are working on that at this point. And again, they are asking for people to. So I will put a link. So I will put a link to the in the description. So this week we do have the first so we have the spring event, and for the summer event, we will get the summer event in June. It wasn't really the video I was planning to make today. I was working on my next Nightwing video, but when I saw this announcement, obviously I had to make a video
Remember,
about it.
accuracy over speed.
If you have any questions, feel free to ask. What else could I think about my videos. Odds are I already or click one of the videos. Hi guys, welcome to pretty much all my other characters, I would play them for a bit, delete them, create a new one, play them for a bit, and rinse and repeat. And then at some point, something happened where I was getting a little tired of grinding the endgame content at the time.
Remember, accuracy over speed.
When whenever I try to so I have they want to see the character. But again,
I'm fine, it will pass. Stay focused.
but ironically, not the first before I get old. And the reason for that is Batman type character, but it was like a Batman, the white or white costume for Batman.
That was the last one. Was I better?
Take even
But,
more
being
time.
a new player,
Does
there's a lot
not
of
matter
stuff
if you
I didn't
fire
know at the
only
time.
once.
And one of those things I
Show
didn't
me
know was,
control.
how to get rid of the weapon. I hated the fact that giving martial arts to my character, the character was using the Qatar weapon at that time. And
Look at
I
this.
was just too new a player to figure out that I could easily get rid of that. So I pretty much recreated half of the
Read it.
characters. At some point I created one character that I called the
Oh,
Moon Wraith.
this used to be a
And I
marketplace.
basically ended up
The Giants
recreating,
used to gather here to
pretty
trade
much
with the
the
gods
equivalent
a
of
long time
D&D,
Wonder if
rogue
Odin was ever
character
here.
in this universe. And I
Look,
really,
above
really
us!
liked the character.
Something's breaking through!
Basically, it was a dual-wielding rogue character. But then at some point, I figured that I can play a rogue any number of games.
There's something up there!
A D&D character, any sort. And then I started thinking, okay, which character can I create?
Something's breaking through the wall!
Because basically,
More dropping!
and then I thought, okay, let's go. The Phantom is a character that
Nista! Tell me which! More dropping! Nista! Stop me! Go! No! Get up!
PlayStation 3 for about a year or something. But on PC, I had another character called Saturn Knight that I played for quite a bit. So basically on PS3,
Something's breaking through the wall!
I would
Up
play-
there!
Because none of my friends had PlayStation at the time. So when I was
Something's breaking through the wall! A lot
but
of armor around here! you're not tired.
But then when I got my PS4,
you hear
then
that?
it completely switched.
What is
I started
it?
playing a lot
We
more
will
on
see.
PS4 and,
Stay close.
So for a long story, to make a long story short, this was pretty much my first main character that I played pretty much the most when I first started playing this Universe Online. Although there is my PC character Southern Knight that I did play quite a bit too, and then that I created more or less at the same time as I created this character. But again, in order to get to this character, I had to create about half a dozen characters until I finally settled on the Ghost Who Walks. And of course, I had to use dual pistols, and I went with gadget powers because it's what made the most sense at the time. Basically, that's one of the problems with this Universe Online sometimes, is that it's very